right? Tales of Aria. Still looking for the new horizon. We did one last week, but I finally have time, right, to open more. Yeah, let's just crack into it. Not really much else to say. Tales of Aria, right? Visually, probably one of the most stunning sets. I think thematically, I still prefer Everfest. It's funny, right? I like the two cheapest sets overall, but hey, it means, you know, I can have more fun opening them, right? Ooh, that's one way to tear it open, I suppose. Aria, Living Legend, correct? And Mexi probably be joining us sooner than later. I guess more than anything, Rosetta Thorn is the big thing, right? Out of it being LL more than, you know, losing Briar, because I think every Runeblade ran Rosetta Thorn, did they not? Oh, Belgium. Gonna make my fingers tingle. And cards are in the middle, correct? So token was the back. And what do we have? We have normal. Where's the R's? Actually, a bit lost. So they are front and center, and then equipment. I can't remember if I still need foils, right, for a master set, but we'll do that, right? Foil. No, I don't need R's. I know that at the very least. We'll do foil, M's, right? Usual. Hopefully I'll keep track of it. But yeah. Signature weapons, right? Why don't we talk about that? Okay, so tokens. That was the go, and that was a weird sentence. But yeah, a lot of heroes nowadays, they don't have their signature weapons as tokens, right? They don't have their signature weapons as accessible. Finding a full set of players, finding a Luminaris, right? Not Rainbow Foal, not promo. That is a bit of a challenge, is it not? To get out of a Dusk Till Dawn. I think I have like 2 overall from everything I opened. And yeah, so I guess we should use the OG Illuminaris as the prime example. Although, for that, right? That's not a bad pull. It's not New Horizons, but still a Duskblade, right? Does this see play? Whenever you attack with Duskblade, if you played an attack action card, gains +1. No, gets a +1 counter at the beginning of your end phase if you haven't played. So it's similar to Dawnblade, just with its own buff cycle. So, you know, might see play. I don't know what the new go-to weapon is over Rosetta Thorn. But yeah, signature weapon, right? Used to be tokens. Now they are sort of elevated. And again, Luminaris from Monarch, the OG Luminaris, is probably the prime example. Because, you know, when she got LL, when Prism got LL, that's disappeared too, right? And I'm pretty sure its value tanked by half or something close to that at least, right? Because again, it was no longer playable. Now LL is coming back, right? We finally have seen what's the correct phrasing? Proper LSS, right? Support, not even support, more mention of Living Legend, right? At Nationals, Worlds, which are the two? I forget which one just happened. Either way, right? So, you know, there's that upside for cards, but I still have a bit of a grievance with signature weapons, right? When they were all tokens, when they were highly accessible, that's sort of fine. Having a unique weapon, again, like Luminaris, right? That's probably the core example. It needed to go because it was too strong, right? If you gave it to the new Prism, would it be run over everything else? Yeah, probably, because again, the Figment activation is inbuilt to normal Prism, that you could essentially double dip on the 2 archetypes, right? But at the same time, it then, you know, ties it to card value, because if it's playable in more formats, it's going to, you know, reap a higher value because more people want it, right? Have we gotten any M's? Am I crazy? Have I not been looking correctly? I don't think we've gotten any M's, aside from the cold foil, obviously. I think I'm just either not looking well enough or no M's yet. But yeah, so to have them be excluded from the token slot, right? To have them be these chase weapons, that's also now, I guess, the promo variants being where you find the high variants, right? So promos being the Rainbow Fall and the cold foil does make it a little bit better, because then they hold value because of their promo-ness, right? But even then, right, we get to a point where promos become highly accessible, yada yada. There's a whole lot of metrics to sort of circle in, and I'm sort of just talking to fill space. What am I trying to say? Signature weapons. How do you feel, right? When they were tokens, when they were easy to pull from a box, right, and therefore, you know, somewhat of a throwaway if they did get banned in the case of a hero reaching LL, right? Was that better than them being hard to find weapons, like the new Luminaris, like the Flail of Agony, like Hellhammer? Oh, Hellhammer's not a signature weapon now either. Any of the Tales of Aria, right? They're all... Actually, you can find Galaxy Black as a token, can't you? I think the only one you can't find is Voltar, right? Because Shiva, whatever, is the token. Is that correct? That might not be correct. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a little thing that's sort of tweaked over the eras. And I feel like, just, again, using a ban list, right? Banning is fine. You can get Rosetta Thorn, there you go, as a token. And I'm pretty sure it's just Voltar, right? That's the main one for Lexi over the Shiva. Nada. Right, it should just be these two cards I'm looking at. But yeah, so them no longer being tokens, but being, somewhat powerful weapons that then see dismissal from the main format of competitive play once the hero reaches LL is a bit worrisome to me. Only a little bit, right? It's not a huge matter, but it is still something to think about and consider because, again, the card is then pulled from, a lot of playable formats, and therefore it loses its intrinsic value from the playability aspect. So overall, kind of like to see all signature weapons be just tokens, be something you could see in a blitz deck, something, intrinsically tied to the hero rather than these better weapons that you could sort of find. What would have been the one of the orbs for Prism? I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back to the box. Sort of rambling on about nonsense, I know. I think I've touched on it as well elsewhere, so just let it go. Okay. Let's just look for cards, right? I mean, not too well. Pulse of Eisenloft and Force of Nature. I don't think any of these cards are holding value, correct? Right, because again, the perception is Tails is just grossly overprinted, like the whole block. Which, again, is scary once you tie in the unlimited variants, and once we actually get the actual prints. There you go. So Shiva. Shiva is the bow token, right? And the Voltar is something you actually have to find. Tome. The Tome of Harvest. I always thought this was a decent card. It's additional cost, put a card from your arsenal on the bottom. Okay, so that's the issue. It does have Go Again, so that kind of seems strong. It's Earth. You can run that in. So you could only really run it in... Lexi is Ice Lightning. Iceland is just Ice. Briar and Alden. Right, they're the only two you could run it in. There's a way to give heroes the different subtypes. I think that's also something else we need. Is a lot more equipment that can give the utility. Right, like how the Crown gives Royal. There's ways to, just expand the arsenal of heroes. Give them access to these cards. Not only do the cards then become a lot easier to... Well, not to balance, because now you have to think about, what happens if this hero gets access to this, and yada, yada, yada. But their longevity. Because again, if all the heroes from Tales get LL'd, right, that's a lot of elemental cards just stricken from the main format of competitive play. Again, I'm going to use main format because Living Legend is now a thing. But yeah, it's just an interesting thought to have. Come on, where's all our goodies? How many packs left? 4, right? Despite them being some chunky packs. Kind of weird going back to 15 after doing so many 10s. But we're just not finding anything. Channel Mount and Lightning Press for the foil. Another cold foil. Give me an L, right? I'd love to see an L. Doesn't have to be New Horizon. Just give me any L. Common and Crown. I did not look for the M, did I? Where's 2 rares? Nice. Ooh. Rare. No, I am completely lost. There you go. Rare. You can say symbol B. I'm sure those of you that knows the card. Sorry, I have to hold my hand quite high now because this pile is just in the way. Right, there we go. Now I can go a bit lower. Okay. Foil. Nothing else. Good to go. Yeah, this is not that great of a box. I'm pretty sure the last box wasn't that great either. No M. And just a foil. Common. Like your last. I have to look up the Duskblade, but I'm pretty sure the Duskblade is not worth much. We get foil Endless Winter, which I do like because I want them for my Cheyenne deck now. And then nothing else. Okay. So altogether, what do we get? Foil-wise, don't put that in there. I don't know if I want them. We got Endless Winter. That's nice. We got Channel Mount Heroic, Tome of Harvest, Pulse of Isenloft, Force of Nature, and then a Cold Foil Duskblade, which is a gorgeous card. Right, facts again. I like the dichotomy. Right, you have this vibrant, but also still some of these snowy elements in the background, and then you have full-on ice by way of Oldhim and Iceland, or just ice cards in general, right? And even the foiling is quite nice. Right, the tome and foil is gorgeous. Anyway, yeah, bit of a weird one. You understood anything I had to say? Kudos. I don't think I do. Hope you enjoyed. So yeah.